Hi friends, Shawna Klingerman here, and I'm so excited to talk to you about my storage and organization solution for my Archer and Olive acrylograph pens. I purchased these drawers at the Container Store specifically to store my acrylographs, but I quickly realized that I needed a way to keep all of my collections together so that they would be easy to grab whenever I wanted to work with a particular set. This is why I designed and created these acrylograph swatch cards. And now I'm so excited to walk you through how you can create these for yourself. For today's project, I will be using a set of acrylograph pens. This is the All That Glitters collection that needs to be organized and stored away in one of my drawers. I'll also be using some plain white cardstock. I'm using 100-pound weight, but you can use whatever you have. Some white sticker or label paper. My favorite is this one from Mako. It is inexpensive and can be run through your inkjet printer at home. We will be using this paper to print out these printable acrylograph label sheets. They are available at the Archer and Olive blog, so check out the link below. You can also just print on regular printer paper and use clear tape instead. I'll also be using a paper cutter and a scoreboard. This is a scoring tool for folding. If you don't have this board, you can also use a bone folder or anything that has an edge that can help you create creases in your paper for folds. And speaking of something with an edge, you're going to want a ruler so that you can measure before you cut and fold as well. The first thing that we're going to need to do is cut our cardstock down to size. For our larger acrylograph sets, we need to cut our cardstock down to a rectangle that is 4.25 inches by 4.5 inches. For our smaller sets, we are going to cut our rectangle down to 4.25 inches again, and then the other edge is going to be 2.25-ish inches. I say ish because I found that 2.25 felt a little bit too small and 2.5 felt just a wee bit too big. You'll notice that 4.25-inch measurement is perfect for a letter-sized page because you can fit two of them exactly across one page. Now that we know our dimensions, let's go ahead and cut some rectangles. Next up, we want to score the lines where we want our folds to be on each card. I am scoring each card at the 1.75 inch and 3.5 inch mark. I chose these dimensions specifically based on the swatch card printables that I designed. If you create creases and folds right at these dimensions, you will end up with the perfect card to adhere your printable label to. One thing to note, make sure that as you draw your crease lines, that you draw them parallel to the 4.25 edge. Otherwise, your end results won't be the right size for your acrylograph sets. Now it is time to fold our cards. You will want to fold each card starting with the larger flap folding inward, and then you're going to want to fold the smaller flap on top of that. If you printed onto sticker paper, don't worry about fastening it closed. But if you are going to be using tape, take this opportunity to just add a little bit of transparent tape to keep your fold closed. When it comes to our swatch labels, you can totally print them out and color in all of the sets you have all at once, like I'm showing here. If you do that, it's easy to just cut them all out at once. Then you will be ready to fold and assemble all of your swatch cards in one foul swoop. You can also just find the swatch for the set that you are currently working with and fill in your swatches one set at a time. Personally, I like to fill out my swatches in rainbow order, so I always start by lining up my colors in the order that I would like to put them on my page. Now we're just going to color in our little boxes, one color at a time. Depending on the set that you're working with and the lightness of each particular color, you may find that you need to go back and do a few layers. I find for glitter acrylographs, they work best if you go over them 1 or 2 or sometimes even 3 times. Now it's time to cut our swatch label out. You can use the dashed lines as your cutting guide, and personally, I like to line those up just slightly outside of where I'm going to cut. That way my final label won't have any remaining lines. Now that we've cut out our label, all we have to do is attach it to our folded cardstock card. I find it helpful to attach it to the small flap first, using that to help line everything up. You'll see here that I remove it and reapply it to get everything all straight. Then you can fold it down and press everything into place. Now it's time to add our markers. Simply use the little clip to attach your markers one by one. Because these cards are pre-sized for the acrylograph packs, you're going to want to keep them nice and close to each other. And I also like to flip my card over and spin the barrel of each pen so that you can see the swatch color of each marker no matter which side is up. And now our glitter acrylographs are all connected together and ready to go. For the smaller sets, we're going to follow the exact same process. Here you can see me putting together the swatch card for the vintage heirloom set. Now my glitter acrylographs are all ready to store. Thanks so much for watching, friends. I hope this will be helpful for you as you organize and store your own collection of acrylograph pens.